Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Well, I said guys, what about girls, ladies, females? Are you watching? Comment down below. We want to have you, love to have you. Everybody we want here, even if your pets watch, that's awesome. Let's talk about golf. Okay, so I thought we'd have a little talk about things, body parts that influence arc of the golf swing. Who cares? I care. You should care, because arc of the swing, right? Here's the golf ball, club goes up. If you're very flexible, keeps going up, makes a half a circle, all the way down to where the ball is, circles back around. So as that arc is being made, there's a golf ball being collected. And where that golf ball is collected along that arc makes a big deal. So that's what we're going to talk about. Okay, so what body parts could influence this arc? First of all, we've got wrist motions. If you remember from previous video, flexion, extension. If I do that up here in front of you, it would just look like the club's moving back and forth, but when I do it bending forward, if I get all the way to the ground, hopefully you can see this, when I go into flexion, the golf club's actually going to move not only to the right, from my perspective, but up off the ground. So that's going to create what? The ability to create downward arc, right? Because I can't swing down if I don't swing up. Don't think so. So as my wrists move into flexion, I create the ability to hit down on the golf ball. Therefore, when my wrists start to move towards extension, the golf club moves back down, right? So it's pretty hard to create and keep a dramatic amount of flexion, because the golf club would be too high off the ground, right? But we can now start to appreciate that that's part of the club moving up and down on the arc is the effect of the wrists. Okay, option number 2. What if we don't move the wrist back and forth, flexion, extension, keep the wrist stiff, left arm swinging as a complete unit from club head to shoulder, across the chest, back and forth. So if I put this down where the ball is, club moves up in the air, back down to the low point, back up in the air. So now we have 2 ways to move the golf club, not only back and forth, but up and down. Flexion, extension, or no flexion, extension, left arm swinging back and forth. Simple, right? But things we don't always think about. That's the point of the video, by the way. Help us remember things that we don't realize that affect the way we hit the golf ball and go, I don't know why this is happening. This is just a video to help clarify a few points. Option 3, what if we don't have wrist movement, side to side, flexion, extension? Don't think about trying to move the arm across the body. Keep all that locked and just move the left shoulder slightly down and across, back to where it was, back up in the air. So now we've created a 3rd way to create up and down and side to side movement in this golf club. Good news is your body hopefully is going to use all 3 to some extent. The trick becomes figuring out which ones may be too inactive if you're creating a problem where the arc's occurring. Okay, so little tip for you, probably know this, but it's always good to have a reminder. If I'm up here and you go, okay, I want to have a little bit more forward shaft lean at impact. So that would be, I'm just going to do this by creating a little bit of flexion in the left wrist, right? So if I do this down on the ground, a little bit of forward shaft lean. What I've actually done is flexion, okay? Now, if I do just that flexion in a larger amount, right now I would have a tremendous amount of shaft lean, but the problem is I can't get the club on the ball unless I move something else. Otherwise, I just have to undo what I just did, right? So that would be kind of pointless unless I'm just trying to hit the ball this way. So if I take it back, create some flexion, and go, okay, I want more forward shaft lean at impact. To make up for the fact that I can't undo this, I'll have to add something to move the golf club forward into the ball, which could be some amount of arms moving across the chest, right? Or a blend of arms moving across the chest and the upper body turning. I say upper body because I could stand here and turn my hips, and you can see it doesn't really move the golf club, but if I move my trunk, it moves the golf club. So that's a little thing to think about. If you're looking at yourself from face on, you're going, I don't know why I keep arriving like this. In impact, just kind of go through these things and go, something's missing or mistimed or not being applied enough. So that should help. Okay, hope you liked this. If you didn't, like it anyway, okay? Share this with your friends. We need to get some more subscribers. That's my goal, okay? I want to make this thing grow a little bit. I want you guys to get more excited. Comment. Also, what else do you want to hear about? I've got a whole lot of stuff in my head about golf. I'm just not sure what you want to hear. Plenty, right? Plenty to talk about. So write it down. Let me know. We'll talk about it. Thanks for watching.